Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today I'm finally going to do my tool bag tour. This has been asked of me hundreds and hundreds of times and I just never got around to it. So I just went out to my work truck, got my bag, and brought it in. There's a few things in there that probably wouldn't normally be in there, but it changes depending on what's going on. So let's get right into it. So on the outside here, I've got a pair of channel locks. These are the 420s, and then I've got the what are these? These are the 440s. So I got a pair of 420s and 440s. They work nice together. This one will grab the pipe really good. This one will grab the fitting really good. So it really doesn't matter what size you're dealing with. It works. They work well together. Electrical tape, Teflon tape. There's a couple of little pouches over here I don't use. They're not really deep enough to really keep things secure, so I really don't stick too much in there. I've got lockout and tagouts right here, and I also have a breaker and switch lockout on there. This one I'll use to, sometimes I'll have my keys with me, which is where I keep my lockout keys, some padlock keys, things like that. When I'm on a job site, I might clip them right to this so I don't lose them. Alright, so on this side here, I have the Milwaukee fuel impact gun, 12 volt. Magnet and inspection mirrors. Two Sharpies, one pen, one paint marker. Again, there's a few small little things here, but they're only ½ inch deep or so, so it's not really secure. Again, I skip over that. This one's a little deeper. Alright, that's pretty much it on the outside. Go to the inside. Now, this bag pretty much has everything in it that I need to, this covers like 90% of what I need typically. Very seldom do I have to go back to the truck for anything. So let's start here in this pouch. Current sensing wand, dual voltage. I have some temperature probes, 3 of them. I have a deburring tool for refrigeration piping. Jumper wires, jumper wire. Tubing cutter. This one's up to 1 1/8, and this one is down to 1/8. So I can cut from 1 1/8 to 1/8 with these two right here. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, I'll pull these out and keep these in the bag depending on what's going on. This is 1/2 and 3/4. This is for setting anchors in concrete. I also use them for setting hammer-in anchors, 1/4 inch, if I'm using them to mount strut to wall or the floor or something like that. So, a punch. Plumber's grease. Don't use that very often. Probably should put that back in my other bag. So this is a flow purge valve. Use it for purge, braze, and then it's off. It's I think it's 2 psi and 5 psi, but this is nice when you're purging with nitrogen, purging anything. As a matter of fact, you use it for welding or whatever. It's a nice. Doesn't matter what your regulators are set at. This will set it for you. Okay, and then last but not least, here in the front pouch is sandcloth. Just a little piece of sandcloth. All right. Now I'm going to put it all back in. I'll fast forward to that part. Okay, onto the inside. This is a pressure gauge, 0 to 100. Use it for checking gas pressure, things like that. I have a whole kit that has different sizes, so I can hook it to anything. That's typically not in there. It's just something I was doing one of the last jobs I was on. Here I have a temp gun. It says 68. There you go. So temp gun. Probably the most used in my kit is the Fluke T5-600 electrical tester. That's the meter I use. I'm going to put this down here. Okay. To go along with this, which I typically keep a 5/16 in there, has a light on it too, is the Milwaukee kit. Has drill bits, some common size drill bits in there, Phillips bits. I carry some of these. This is a has the different socket things in there. There's a 3/8 for larger screws. So let's carry that kit with me, and then flashlight. This is a nice one. Goes like that, like that. Magnet. All right. Dig down in the bottom. I haven't been down here in a while. Ratchet wrench. Here's an old part. I'll throw that away. A couple of straggling bolts and brass plugs and such. I guess you got to do this once in a while, clean out the bottom of your bag. A couple of loose wire nuts and things like that. Zip ties are down there. Washers. Okay. Oh, hammer drill bit. Okay. Next pouch is back. I have both standard and metric Allen wrenches. This pouch, RTV high temp silicone, leak lock. I use this for pipe dope, and this saves me from having to carry a big can of it, and when I run out I just get another one. Also aluminum anti-seize. all sorts of loose stuff down in here. Okay. Moving back a little further, I have a mini set of dogs. These are 426s. Super handy to have these little guys right here. I have torpedo level. I have a Klein pair of wire crimpers. I have a Klein wire strippers. Channel locks, or adjustable wrench, crescent wrench, that's what I meant to say. These are pretty cool. I love these wrenches. This is a set here. This is basically 8 wrenches in one. If you look at the head there, it's 2 different sizes. So it's 5/8 on this side and 9/16. So this is 5/8 and this is 9/16. 3/4, 11/16, 5/16, 7/16, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, all in one. The only problem I find with these is the diameter of this sometimes is too big to really be to get in there. But for the most part, these are pretty handy. Very seldom do I have to get out my wrench pack, which I got a Klein wrench pack. Takes me up to 5/8. Oh, these were, if I didn't say it, these are Crescent brand, by the way. Alright, Accessport Wrench. These work on square bolts for blowers. Your acetylene tanks. Throw this in there. Works on your access ports, king valves. So I like the offset one a lot better than the straight. Another marker. Alright, got some more drill bits and loose washers down in the bottom here. It's been a while since I cleaned out the old bag. Old washers, old bolts, nuts. Okay, moving further to the left, I have an extension. And this is to complement this if I need to extend it. Also, I have this. This is a Malko screwdriver handle with a quick release 1/4 inch, and in there I have a universal Malko 6-inch bit, 5/16 for yellow. Take that off, flip it over, and 1/4 inch for that side. Now this works in conjunction with any of these other tools. For example, I can put this here, make me a super long one. I can put that in there, make it even longer. And I can put any of the bits out of here, Phillips, 3/8, the socket adapters in there for sockets. So I've decided to do this rather than carrying 2 straight 5/16 and 1/4 inch like I used to. Back in the old days, I had a dedicated 5/16 long shaft and a 1/4 inch long shaft. So this 2 is, if something in your bag can be used for more than one purpose, 2 or more, it's definitely an awesome piece of gear to have in your kit. Alright, I got the old Lennox 6-in-1. I have a Phillips screwdriver, dedicated Phillips screwdriver. I have a Klein 11-in-1. This is kind of nice. Has an Accessport wrench on it. Easy out. Square. I have a terminal block screwdriver, Klein. There you go. I have a dedicated flathead, primarily used for prying and beating and things like that. Alright. Oh, one last thing. I think it's the last one. Just a little hand whisk brush. Use it for all sorts of things, primarily cleaning coils, heat exchangers, things like that. But you can pretty much clean and whisk anything off with that right there. Let's see, reach down deep in there, see if there's anything else. Another drill bit. I had a little level in there that must have been from a job came in a kit. Probably a mini split bracket or something like that. But yeah, that's the kit I use on a daily basis. I call it my service bag. This does 90% of what I need to fix. This is 90% of what I need to fix pretty much anything. The only other thing sometimes I'll carry, and that would be a ratchet. I might have a ratchet. And then this kit right here, if you can see these row of sockets, I have them set so I can fit them all right in here. Like they'll fit inside of each other, like this. I put one socket inside of another, and then I just cram them all in there until I get them all to fit. I can fit an entire set in there. Might do a video on that in the future, but I was missing a couple. Sometimes tools migrate. Two of them happen to migrate out of the bag, so I'm going to redo that and put it all back together. Alright, I'm going to put everything back in the bag, fast forward style. Okay, the only other thing that I carry with me regular is some type of, I call it handy dandy fix-it-all tool, a Gerber tool or a Leatherman. This is one that I keep in my shop, but I typically have some type of fix-it-all tool on my person at all times. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about what I carry in my kit, feel free to ask, or why don't you make some comments down below and let me know what you carry in your bag. Maybe it differs from what I carry in my bag. Mine's tailored to what I do. Also, my tool bag changes season to season. I may put some more refrigeration tools in there in the summertime. I might, over the course of the winter, throw a few more winter type items in here. I do a lot of boiler work, and you know, like the plumber's grease, that typically ain't in there, but I might have some heat transfer compound that I would use for putting probes in wells and things of that sort. So it does change a little bit. The only other thing I didn't show you is headlamp. Headlamps are great to have on your truck, in your tool bag. It frees you up to work with both hands if you're in a dark environment. A lot of times this is the flashlight that I use because I might be inside of an electrical cabinet, and this will pretty much light up anything I need to work on inside the electrical cabinet. But All right, well, anything else from here on out is going to just be rambling. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, by the way, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. If you want me to do a specific video about something, leave it in the comments below. If you guys want to see more tool bag tour, let me know. I have several other bags in my truck. I have one that I call an install bag. I have a sheet metal bag in there, and I also have a Milwaukee backpack that has surplus tools that I don't typically use here, and that's what I would use to change out my tools. So that would be my go-to if I needed anything additional from what's in here. So if you want to see those bags, let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next video.